Welcome back to the Budget Bistro. I'm Eric Reinert, your host and your chef. And the music we got for our intro there, that's from freeplaymusic.com. So feel free to go over there and grab whatever you want. They have a huge selection. If you're into production and stuff like that, great place to go. Tonight we're doing a recipe called house fried rice. This is what you'd find in a Chinese restaurant, and this is to complement our first episode, which was egg flour soup. You can make both of these together. Makes a great meal, and it's full of stuff that you love. Okay, we're going to start with 6 cups of cooked rice. And when I say 6 cups, it's cooked, not uncooked. Okay, there's a big difference there. All right, and also, once you cook the rice, you want to put it in the refrigerator till it's nice and cold. It has to be cold when you start cooking. All right, and then we're going to use a piece of boneless, skinless chicken breast. And what we've done is hammered it in a Ziploc bag. Just like in episode 3, Chicken Paillard, we put it in a Ziploc and hammered it till it was flat. And that's what the Chinese restaurants do. All right, and then we're going to use a half a pound of pork loin. We took this pork loin and we cooked it earlier today, and it was about 3.5 pounds of pork loin with 4 cups of water, salt, and some liquid smoke and a few other seasonings. It's how you want to make it, that's how you do it, but then you shred it up like this for the rice. Then we're going to use about 12 frozen shrimp. Now what we do is we buy the bags of frozen shrimp because they're really inexpensive. It's like $4.50 for a bag of huge bag of shrimp, and they taste really good. They're at Costco sells these. That's where we got them, and about 12 shrimp. We're also going to be using some more of our famous frozen carrots and peas. Carrots and peas, they work in a lot of things. You can use them just about every meal you make. Then we're going to be using some canola oil. And this is what we start the meal off when we start cooking it. Canola oil, not olive oil or vegetable oil, but canola oil. And we're going to use some soy sauce. One of the things we use a lot here at the Budget Bistro. We're going to be using the soy sauce, and we're going to also be using some sesame seed. And sesame seeds really rock this dish. Wait till you see. And we're also going to be using some pepper again, as we always do. In a little grinder, I like to crack the pepper myself. And we've got some minced garlic. This is good too. This is also going to be at the beginning of the dish when we start cooking. This will be one of the first ingredients we use. We've got 4 tablespoons of butter here, and that'll also be in the beginning of the dish. And we've got some chopped onions. These are green onions, and these smell so good. When I was chopping them earlier, they smelled so good I couldn't wait to cook. And then finally, we've got 3 eggs. So we'll be doing this first with the eggs. We're going to put the oil in the pan and cook the eggs in the oil. Push them to the side, and then start adding all the other ingredients. All right, because of time restraints, I'm going to cook the chicken off camera. Simple thing, just throw it in the frying pan with a little bit of canola oil and salt and pepper it. That's all it needs for now. So I'm going to do that off camera. When we come back, we'll assemble the rest of the meal. Okay, so now we've cooked the chicken off camera, hammered it in a Ziploc bag, flattened it out, put it in a pan and fried it with canola oil and a little bit of salt and pepper. Ready to go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the canola oil, and this is probably about 3 tablespoons of canola oil. We're going to put it in the pan, and the pan's already hot, and that's all you need right there. Okay, I've taken the 3 eggs, I put them in a cup, and I beat them in the cup, so now they're scrambled in the cup. I'm going to add them to the canola oil. And we're going to fry up the eggs in the canola oil. We're going to break them up here, get them going real nice. It looks like a lot of oil, but it's going to soak up in the rice when we cook the rice. So don't worry about that. And now we're going to push the eggs to the side now that they're cooked. Get them out of the way. They're going to just sit there by themselves. Okay, so now we're going to add the butter and the minced garlic. Get all that goodness in there right there. Yeah. Come on, get out of there. There we go. And the chopped green onions all go in there. Nice. Like that. Now we're going to keep those on the side of the eggs, and we're going to saute them. We got the eggs pushed to the side here. We got the butter, the minced garlic, and the green onions, and they're just sauteing up right now. We're going to cook those for a few minutes on medium-high heat right here until all the butter's melted, until the onions have softened. Okay, so now we've sauteed up the minced garlic, the green onions with a little butter, and we're going to add the meat. So we're going to put our pork in. Now, you don't have to use the whole thing. It's about a half pound here, but we're going to start with that. We're going to throw in all the shrimp, every one of them, and we're also going to throw in all of the chicken that we made previously. Throw that in there. Okay, and we're going to rub that around in there. Now you can mix everything together, the eggs, the butter, the sauteed garlic, and onions and just kind of swirl it around, mix it all, and it's starting to look really good right here. Look at that, how pretty that is. It's already pretty colorful, and we've just started the whole meal, so we have not yet begun to fight. Okay, so we've added all these cool ingredients, and we're going to let it cook for a while, make sure the meat gets hot, and then what we're going to do after that is we're going to start adding the main ingredient, the rice, and then we're going to put in the seasonings and the peas and the carrots, and voila, it'll be done at that point. Okay, so now we've got all the meat heated up, along with the eggs and everything else we put in there, so we're going to add the rice. So let's start spooning in the rice. Now remember, you want the rice to be refrigerated, so it's going to be a little stiff getting it out of the bowl here, but you want it to be cold when you put it in. All right, so now you've added the rice, and you want to mix this up really good. You want to mix all the ingredients together, get the rice unchunked, because if it was cold in the fridge, it's going to be a little chunky. You want to toss it like you'd toss a salad. Okay, you only have 3 ingredients left before this is a perfect meal. Okay, we're going to add the sesame seeds. There's about 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds. Let's go ahead and sprinkle those in. All right, so once you get the sesame seeds in, you want to stir them all in just like all the other ingredients. Get them in there. And then we're going to add some cracked pepper. And this is to taste. I like a lot of pepper. Pepper's good. So this really absolutely makes the dish tasty. All right, peas and carrots. This is the time to put them in. Go ahead and unload them right in there. Just get them all in there. And of course, every time you add an ingredient, you want to mix it up, stir everything together, get it well blended. Finally, this is the last step. You're going to add your soy sauce. Now, I'm not going to give you a specific measurement. It's basically just to color the rice brown. It's to give it the color that you see in a restaurant. So you can start with a little bit and just go ahead and add it. All right, so now you've got your soy sauce in there and you're mixing it up. It's looking really, really sharp here. And it looks just like a restaurant. And just keep mixing it up. It's hard to do with this much rice, but you got to do it. It's making my wrist sore, to be honest with you. But here we go. We're almost there. Get rid of make sure it's all mixed up so there's no more white rice in there. It's all got to be brown. And then you're going to let it sit there and just fry for a little bit. Let it fry. Flip it some more. Stir it up. Let it fry a little bit more. Probably for the next 5 minutes, you should be just frying and stirring, frying and stirring. And that's about it. Once it's done, it's ready to enjoy. All right, we've cooked the rice. It's beautiful. It's colorful. It looks amazing. It smells really good. All the ingredients smelled great on their own, but combined, it's amazing. All right, and before I present this to you here, I just want to let you know, this may look like an expensive meal, but it's not. If you buy everything in bulk like we do at the Budget Bistro, then everything comes down to just very little money. And this whole meal, as I calculated it, comes out to about $7 for the whole thing of rice. And this is definitely enough to feed about 5 or 6 people. So, hungry people, that is. So, check this out. Steaming hot, beautiful. Look at the shrimp, the chicken, the pork, the peas, the carrots, and even the chopped onions you can see. It looks wonderful. It's amazing. And I'm going to have some right now. I got a little bit of every kind of meat. You can see all the colors, the green, the egg, which is yellow, and the brown rice. And then I'm going to take a shrimp right here. I'm going to try the shrimp first because I love shrimp. Wow. It's so perfect. And you can use this with the egg flour soup recipe that we gave you in episode 1. Combine them for a really cool Chinese dinner. Your friends will love you. They'll wonder how you did it. They'll think you got takeout. Anyway, I'm Eric Reinert. Thanks for watching the Budget Bistro, and I house fried rice.